food, dominated it, ate a whole time. So much so that like he really needed to go during that party. Like, he really needed to go. And so anyway, like as a normal human being, like everybody does it. It's cool. Like he goes to use the restroom. Okay.
Just did it before I came. You know, gotta loosen up.
Let's be adults about this. Yeah, so he goes to use the restroom and stuff. And like I'm with my cousin. He's like 12 years old. He's like, hey Nikhil, like I need to use the restroom too. I was like, yeah, no big deal. Like go do your thing. Like there's restrooms all over the place. Go for it. He goes to the same restroom, and
it's the one toilet restroom.
Yeah. This isn't a communal. And goes to open the door, and there is Vivek Raman sitting on the toilet doing his thing.
Imagine eye contact.
No one is saying anything. For 2 to 3 seconds, everybody is silent. Vivek hasn't said a word, and my cousin's just sitting there like, oh my god, what's going on? What kind of party is this? So he closes the door and comes back to me and he's like, oh my god, do you know what I just saw? I was like, no, tell me. And so for that, Vivek, you get the don't forget to lock the door.
Thank you.
Wait, don't make too many of those, okay?
Alright, we're gonna keep this moving.
Okay.
So
I think you got a story for me.
Yeah, so I got a story for you. So many of you probably know Bossy. Those of you who don't know Bossy, it's because he's been gone for the last 2 years. He's doing great things.
Right. And those of you who do know him, freshman year he looked a little different than what he did sophomore.
So those of you who don't know Bossy as freshman dressed very casually, super chill, loose-fitting clothes. Boom, goes to the Netherlands. Comes back, boom, tight ass. Colored pants every day of the week. Red, yellow, green, blue, purple, every day. Look like Skittles.
Literally look like Skittles. And when he said tight ass, I mean tight ass. Like tight as hell. Like I have nice legs. Like it's awesome.
So in honor of that, Bossy, my friend, you get the Taste the Rainbow Award.
Alright, real?
Alright.
You can just get the Twizzler.
Okay, you can be the Twizzler master. Alright, cool. Alright, so you guys remember, you all McDermott, do you remember what's the way into McDermott? Finalist weekend.
Finalist weekend, that's a shit.
That's a great time. So, finalist weekend's a really good time. It can be a little stressful. What did you do at finalist weekend?
Oh, so many things. I said shit and damn during one of my interviews. That was cool. I slept at the symphony or the opera. I don't remember which one. I was asleep the whole time. What'd you do?
I did those things.
Yeah.
And I also was forced to go up to the roof of the hotel.
That's weird. With whom?
Nate Fairbanks. So Nate was my roommate. Somehow. And after the symphony, he's like, hey, you want to go to the roof of the hotel? I heard there's great views. And so I was just like, I'm a pretty risk-averse person. I think we're being evaluated. I was like, are you sure about this? Like, yeah, let's just go do this. What could happen?
It's Gucci. It's Gucci.
What could happen? So we go up. We go up to the secret stairs. We're going all the way up. We get to the top. Boom, locked. And we're like, all right, no big deal. Except, you know what they have in secret stairs? Security cameras. You know what security cameras have? Video. You know where that video goes? To the people hosting the event. Molly got the video.
So in honor of that, Nate, you get the balls of steel. But speaking of Nate, do you have another story about Nate? That's right, so we talked about one tradition finalist weekend, we've all been through that. We also went to Santa Fe. Does everybody remember that? And hiking Mount Atalaya. Yeah, Atalaya, right? So there's a fucking trail. You walk on the trail. You don't veer off, you just go on the trail, right?
Those of you who are adventurous, like, I'm in shape, I'm gonna run this trail, all right?
You might do like jumping jacks on the trail, but like apart from that, you just stick to the trail. Not Nate Fairbanks. No. He decides on the way back down, he's gonna rock climb that shit. He's gonna climb that thing on the way down.
And Nate's not gonna go solo, though.
Right, no, absolutely not. Well, Liz Ziegler's not gonna let him, at least. So Liz...
Those of you who don't know Liz, super nice, super team oriented.
The ultimate team player, right? Yeah. She's like, no, Nate, I'll go with you. Don't worry, I got this. Like, I'll come with you to support you. So like, we all come down. The rest of us come back down, and like, we go to the next lecture and stuff. And there's no one. They're not here. Like, where the hell are they? And we get this call on the walkie-talkie, and it's like, oh yeah, a rock hit her head.
Blood leaking off the forehead.
Right. So in honor of that, we give her the Ultimate Trooper Award.
Because she still made it
Oh,
through.
yeah. The rest of the show.
Speaking of leadership, or speaking after orientation at Santa Fe, one of the other best things of freshman year is, what was my favorite thing freshman year?
Oh man, I love Leadership Dallas.
Leadership Dallas. How many of y'all love Leadership Dallas?
Awesome. Have you seen crazy shit like that before?
Nancy Berry, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so what did Nancy Berry say?
You know, like when you meet someone, what do you say whenever you meet someone?
Nice to see you.
Okay, so there's one guy in our class who just goes right over that. Like, he doesn't give a shit about that room. Anytime you meet Chris McClure, all he says to you is, howdy.
How you doing today, Chris?
Howdy.
How was your homework last night, Chris?
Howdy.
How was the study day?
Howdy.
All right, Chris. So, in honor of that, my friend, you get the Howdy Award.
He's howdy to somebody right now.
Right. You know, one of my favorite things about McDermott is just like how great it boosts your resume, right? It just makes that shit long.
That shit gets long. That shit gets long. Yeah. Those hour charts, like, how are you doing your hour chart?
I still have a few hours missing, but Molly, don't worry, I'm going to be tabulating this in there.
Volunteer hours? Service. Yeah. You know, there's somebody who dominates the hours chart, probably first semester to begin with.
And who would that be?
Probably Corey Sadi.
One day, we run the football, going to go eat lunch.
We're not doing shit.
Who are we running to? Corey Sadi.
Doing everything.
We hadn't seen her all semester. And we're like, hey Corey, what's up? What are you doing? And she's like, oh, what are y'all up to? We're like, oh yeah, we're just going to the dining hall or like getting some food, throwing the football around. She's like, oh yeah, I just got done from a meeting, going to run a marathon this weekend. Yeah, I'm going to my 20-hour internship after this. And oh yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to do cross country practice.
Nice. So Corey, to you, the longest CV award.
Another really important component of McDermott is study abroad. Study abroad is a great experience.
That should get real, yeah.
Yeah, so we've all done it. We've all done it. A lot of people, like, study abroad's a great experience. You know, a lot of people meet people, they make friends, some people date other people abroad. It's great.
Zoe Wilson met a cat, though. She met a cat, and it was awesome. She met this cat, really bonded with it, and really wanted to bring the cat home.
Yeah, so Zoe's has this cat, she wants to bring it home. It's in Germany, or it's in Turkey, she's in Germany, and so she has to somehow get this cat.
In the meantime, one of her potential roommates has a cat allergy, and so unfortunately she can't room with him, so she's like trying to rework all of her rooming requirements and stuff like that. And because she's in Germany and the cat, again, is in Turkey, she decides, you know what, maybe it doesn't make sense last minute. After all of the roommates have been changed, they've talked to UV, and we all know what it's like to deal with UV. It sucks. So, Zoe Wilson, you get the All for a Cat Award. So another senior, some of y'all probably know, is Rebecca Tull. Those of you who probably don't know Rebecca, it's because she's pretty introverted. She's pretty quiet. She's pretty quiet, doing her own thing, extremely busy, likes to do things her way. But with that introverted personality, she can also be extremely oblivious. Extremely oblivious. Yeah, really oblivious.
So like in college, what's one of the things that naturally happens?
We hit on people.
We hit on people. We get each other. So Rebecca's in class one day, just like last semester, and a guy asked her for a number. All right, can I get help with some homework?
He's
Rebecca,
like, yeah, I've got a homework assignment on Monday. I need some help. Could you please help me out? Yeah,
naturally, Rebecca, the nice person she is, sure, I'll help you. Boom, that night, homework done, done.
They're good with the homework. They're done?
They're done.
They're done. Okay, cool. So the next day he texts her again.
They should be done.
No, they've still got that homework to talk about. Yeah, so then they do it again, they talk again. So they do that for a week.
So now this whole time Rebecca's like, homework. He wants homework help. I'm
He just wants you to say
it's important to talk about things at the
you finish them. Yeah, and then like 2 weeks later, what happens?
Then go to the shooting range.
Yeah.
Now, naturally, you're like, oh, first date, awesome. Rebecca, go for it.
And she's like, study session.
Wow, gonna shoot some guns for the first time. Let's do it. Texas, yeah. And then she comes back and we talk to her.
We're like, dude, he's hitting on you. He's Indian. She's like, no.
Teaching me how to shoot guns. Like, that's my friend. Rebecca, look at these texts. No, he's hitting on you. So, in honor of that, Rebecca, you get the Oblivious Award. Speaking of like crushes and love, do you know anything about love, Nikhil?
No.
I know a little bit of. Yeah, I know a little bit about love. That's not what the says. But you know who knows more about love than me?
Who?
Ali Mahmood. That guy's engaged. That should happen, okay? It was interesting. So his fiance is from out of town. I'm like, hey, look, she's coming in town, UTD. She wanted to meet a couple of close friends. I'm like, yeah, I really wanted to meet her. I'm like, yeah, let's meet up. So the three of us go to Brahms, of all places. Pretty cool place. Great ice cream. And they didn't sponsor this at all. Yeah, we're sitting there, and like we're chit-chatting, talking about how they met, all the cool things he's done. He's done like a lot of cool things for her. It's awesome. And suddenly she asked me, like, oh, are you in a relationship? And at the time I was like, yeah, I've been in a 2.5-year relationship. It's been a long time. She's like, wow, 2.5 years? And I was like, yeah, 2.5 years. She was like, wow, we've been together for 6 months, and it's felt like years now. I can't even imagine 2.5 years. And at that instant, Ali goes, but it's felt like a lifetime. Ali Mahmood, Betsy, put a ring on it over there.
We all love Leadership Dallas. But you know, there's some really interesting personalities.
There's all kinds of personalities, right? Like there's the question asker, the interviewer, like, hey, what got you started in this industry?
What's your biggest regret?
What's the color of the sky?
And then you have the nodder, the person who thinks they know what's going on, but just kind of...
Yeah, you've got the texter, just texting vague, just pretending no one notices, and then you've got the sleepers, right? But you have a very special type of sleeper in our class. Diana Kirov, without fail, didn't stay awake for the whole thing ever. At least 15 minutes of every LD she was passed out. But there's something weird about it.
Deanna knows how to sleep with her eyes open.
And it's creepy as fuck. It's scary.
And so Deanna, in honor of this skill, you get the
Sleeper Pick Award.
Guess who I hang out with earlier today? Guess what? Yeah. Ryan.
Oh.
Ryan. My
Such
man.
a sexy guy. This is perfect.
So smart.
So funny.
So intelligent.
What a body.
Those eyes. Those eyes get to look at it.
Yeah, I don't get the chance to look at the eyes because I'm just still looking at the bodies.
For those who don't know, Ryan
Marcotte's right here.
Ryan right here, and his fiance Kayla Klein.
There's something weird about Ryan, right? The man loves Skype. Freshman year, every single day he would talk to his family on Skype. Every single day. A phone call would have sufficed, but he was like, no, I need to speak to you face to face, long distance. That's important. So you do that. That's cool. And then we came to realize that
Like sometime between like the
freshman
summer,
year, sophomore year, summer, like.
oh wow, Ryan and Kayla are dating.
Right.
What else did we find out?
Well, we also found out that Kayla was literally about to go to DC for Archer and go long distance, and we were like, "This is perfect." Skype. It's a war.
There's another person who some of y'all may know, some of y'all may not know. Matt Krennic, does that ring a bell?
Yeah, this is smart guy.
He is super smart, also super economical.
Loves efficiency.
Cheap as hell.
Cheap as
$1,200 go a year, homie.
No, but he's a pretty smart guy, and he's done a lot of cool things. Like, I think he has a couple patents. What's one of those patents?
Yeah, so Matt has a patent for a headset that cuts your hair automatically.
Right.
So this defines Matt perfectly.
No need to go to a barbershop.
Efficient, get rid of the jobs,
And cheap.
and cheap.
Yeah. So with that, Matt Krennic, you get the Great Clips Killer.
There's another person who's very interesting. Elizabeth Petercourt.
Yeah.
Elizabeth and I had the opportunity to spend Archer together, so we lived in DC. And one of the things with Archer was that she and I, my house was the quiet house, and her house was the loud house.
Well, it's funny because your personality is completely opposite, right?
Yeah, so another thing that you guys may or may not know about Elizabeth, she likes to have things a certain way.
Her way.
Some would call it the way.
Her way.
So Elizabeth is living with 8 other people, boys and girls. There's like a small house with not a lot of living space. You're like cramped in the basement and stuff. And there's like one dining table, right? And so Elizabeth liked to have all of her papers out on the dining table. And whenever one of her roommates sat on the table, she would just stare at them. And if her roommates were loud, I had to give Elizabeth earplugs after 1 week. She just got so fed up with them, she would just tell them to shut the hell up, right? And then,
So she was probably pretty quiet the whole time.
except when they were sleeping, she liked to sing opera.
It never happened.
So Elizabeth gets the
Not in my house award.
on this whole McDundies. Like, we went to Boba yesterday. We were there for a couple hours. We drove a lot of business. We were at Walmart trying to get inspiration.
We invested a lot of time.
We missed half of our
And that'll
dinner
reflect in
today.
our GPAs this semester. Yeah, so we spent a long time and we were like, man, shit, like, what are some funny stories? And there are 2 people in our class that we just couldn't get any dirty facts on at all. Ellie Britton and Govell, you beat us to it. Like, you just beat us. We can't do it. So for that, we give you the you got
us award. We were getting lazy and we're done, but we are not done, friends, and we are not getting lazy. There's another person who we have not talked about yet, Max Grunwald.
Max, where is it?
So another awesome tradition about McDermott is we get to take some trips, right? Sometimes we go to Austin, another times we get to go to DC.
Yeah, we went to DC, and if you guys all remember, we all have to talk about a specific point of interest in DC. Do we all remember that? Yeah. Okay, freshmen, you'll see that this semester. Well, one of our, former scholars, Nick Levy, who is not with us anymore. He's not with me formerly. He's Casino Royale. So we're like running a little ahead on schedule, and like one of our speakers is a little late, so we're just kind of waiting on him. And out of nowhere, Molly's like, Nick, would you like to talk about the Smithsonian? Nick hasn't done any research. Like, he doesn't know shit about the Smithsonian. He doesn't even know how to pronounce the damn thing. So he gets up and he's like, Smithsonian.
He said every pronunciation except Smithsonian.
Never said
Smithsonian,
Smithsonian.
Smithsonianian, everything.
So we all say, like, this guy is in pain. Let's just let him off the hook. So Molly goes, any questions?
Boom! That's Grunwald. How much is it to go to the Smithsonian?
And Nick goes, $10 for adults, $7 for children.
Boom! No, Max Grunwald, it's free.
Wrong. Busted.
Any more questions? Boom! Max Grunwald. What's the logo?
It's a tree.
Boom! Wrong. It's a moon.
And he goes, how many Smithsonians are there?
Boom! I don't really know.
Dominated, killed, lost. And for that, Max Grunwald, you get the American Sniper Award.
Another tradition of McDermott that we all love is Mrs. McDermott's Ranch. How many of y'all love Mrs. McDermott's Ranch? It's awesome, right? Johnny gets to cook those burgers. Mary brings her boyfriend. It's great.
It's good shit. Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, and it's funny. So freshman year, who do we go with?
So we are ready to leave. We're going. Boom. Phone call. Who is it?
Anita.
Anita Chandrahas. Y'all may or may not know Anita. She was at Harvard this semester doing her thing.
It's pretty cool. But anyway, we went with her freshman year. Okay, cool. Did not see her for the rest of the year.
Boom. Sophomore year. Mr. McDermott's ranch.
We're like 15 minutes late.
Yeah.
We're already on our way there. Boom. Phone call. Again.
Anita, hey, can you give me a ride?
I was about to get a zip card, but can y'all give me a ride, please? Okay.
Cool. Okay, sophomore year. Never see her again.
Okay. Junior year again.
This is McDermott's ranch. Ring, ring.
Hey, can you give me a ride?
Anita.
I guess we can give you a ride.
So that's just become our tradition for the McDermott Rams. Like, we just know Anita's coming.
So Anita, you get the, hey, can I get a ride award? I think we're done here, except wait, there is one person we have not.
Oh, no. I got you, Werner. Where is she? There she is. Alright, so many of you might have... There she is. So many of you might have heard of the Thanks Akanksha series. That's the Akanksha, if you guys don't know.
Shout out to
She's the reason that we had a high pollen count for so many weeks.
Shout out to Stephen Badger for trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, thanks, seriously, yeah. So, a lot of people have come up to me and like, hey, what's your deal? Like, how did this start?
So how did it start?
Yeah, let me tell you. So, we mentioned taking a shit once. So I'm there. I'm like minding my own business, taking a shit, like just enjoying myself, okay? I'm like mid-shit, right? Like, you all know that feeling. Like, you all know what it's like. It's like a child, it's just not done, but like it's there. And suddenly I get a text, and she's like, oh my god, Nikhil, where are you? I need to talk to you. I'm like, okay, cool, like, this can wait. Like, I'm mid-shit. Clearly I'm mid-shit, thank you, yeah. So I ignore it. Bam, 2 seconds later, a call from Akanksha, screaming. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want to pick up right now. Okay, can't be urgent. Ignore it. She calls again. At this point, I'm like, shit, like something's, literally shit. Something's going on. So like, I was like, okay, I'll take the call. So I turn the fan off. I don't want her to know I'm in the bathroom. Like, hey, what's going on? She's like, Nikhil, I need to speak to you right now. Where are you? Come outside your door. I'm outside your door. Come, quick. Oh my god. Washing my hands and shit like that. And it's just uncomfortable. I'm like, and I get to the door, I open it, and she's not there. What the fuck is going on? I look to my right, there's no one there. I look to the left, no one there. So I was like, hey, let me call her. So I call her, and she goes, just kidding.
So we've been through all of our class. Except there's...
No, I think there's one more
person.
So freshman year, one of our leadership Dallases was a little special, right?
Now, Molly's not here yet, is she? Is she here?
Molly here?
So we're going to direct this in recording and get this to her.
And we're going to talk to Nicole too.
As if you're Molly. So one leadership Dallas, we got in trouble for this term called the McDermott Party.
Yeah.
And so Molly decides to ask each and every one of us, what is a McDermott Party? Do you know anything about a McDermott Party? Have you ever attended a McDermott Party? Do you plan on attending? So she goes, boom, Nikhil, have you ever heard of a McDermott Party?
No.
Next, Pooja, have you ever heard of a McDermott Party? No. Chris, have you ever heard of McDermott?
Howdy.
So we all go in sequence. No. And so we finish, and so we have to come clean. Mm-hmm. There is a reason why we all said no.
We didn't host that shit.
Kenny Livingston?
Who hosted those parties so
Kenny, you get the cat is out of the
bag award.
Thank you.
And with that, we finish. So we really hope that you guys enjoyed the McDundies. We really hope that this is a tradition that the junior class continues next year. And
What about you?
No, we don't have time.